Hi everybody, this is Patrick Zielbauer. Thanks for taking a look at the YouTube channel. Today we're going to show you how to create a basic spread chart when there's a multiplier involved. So up on the screen here I've got the 10-year note on the left and I've got the 30-year bond on the right. And what I'm going to do is build a spread chart for a common spread that's referred to as the notes over bonds or NOB spread. And basically what that is 3 times the 10-year minus 1 time the 30-year. So we're going to create a spread chart that displays that value as a line, and it can either show up at the bottom of the chart like a stochastic or a MACD in region 2, or we can display it as the main price graph. So here's how we do this. First thing you do is make sure you have each of the charts open, and on the first chart in the order of operations, in this case the 10-year, we're going to right click and go to studies, and we're going to look for a study here called difference single line. So you click on difference single line, click add, and unlike a regular study like a moving average or something, you do have to go in here and put some inputs in place, and the way to do that is to click on settings. So here is where we specify the multiplier and what is subtracted from what. So the chart number 2, that refers to the second chart in the order of operation. So the first chart is the notes, the second chart is the bonds. So we're going to select the bond chart in this drop down menu like that. And then here's where we set the multiplier. The chart number 1 multiplier, in this case for the notes, is going to be 3 because we want to do 3 notes for every 1 bond. So we don't actually have to change the multiplier for the bonds. There are spreads that each of the studies or charts might have a multiplier. So you might have a different number other than 1 here at some point, but not in this example. So if we put this in place and just hit apply, right away we're going to see the value show up at the bottom of the 10-year as expected. Now there are some things we can do to improve the look and feel of this. If we go to subgraphs, we can change the color, just like any study. Maybe thicken the line up a little bit. If you want to see the actual value in the y-axis, you can check value label and push apply, and you'll get an immediate response. Now from the settings and inputs tab, there's a couple other things you might do. Number 1, if you'd like to change the value format, which is basically like the decimal point quoting, you can do that from this drop down. If you use inherited, it's going to use whatever the main graph is using. In this case, we're looking at bonds which tick in half 30 seconds, so that's why the value is being displayed that way. But if you want to change it to decimals or something, you could do that. The other thing you might want to do is check the option here that says display as main price graph and push apply. So if you do that, this is still a 10-year chart, but the 10-year price is actually hidden, and the study itself is being displayed as the main price graph. So that might be a preference of yours as well. For the bond chart over here, which is being used to calculate this value, just minimize it or put it out of the way somewhere. Just don't close it or this will stop working. Alright, so now you've got the 3 times the 10-year minus 1 times ZB, otherwise known as the NOB spread. You could save this by going to File, Save As, and naming it something. This is a really good example of how to do a simple spread inside Sierra Chart with the use of a multiplier. Let us know if you have any questions. Thank you.